Alright guys, congratulations! You made it! This is the last video for Sanseneon. Alright, 127 to the end. So, we're still at our fast vivace tempo. We have all eighth notes, pretty much, until the very end. And it says we should be doing it spiccato. We're going to start off with just having it on the string, and we'll take care of balancing it later when we're at the appropriate tempo. It's too hard to balance when you're going slowly, so we're just going to worry about the notes right now. You'll notice that it's also divisi, so this first section is going to be for the upper part, the upper notes. If you're playing the bottom part, you can fast forward a bit. And I'm noticing now that I'm looking at this music, I missed putting a fingering in for some third position. So if you want to grab your pencils, people playing the upper divisi part, you're going to shift to third position at the end of measure 130. So find 130, somewhere in all those A's, go ahead and shift to third position on a 1. And then at 131, that will be a fourth finger. The next note is a 3, a low 3. Then you can play a 1. You play the upper note there, the A, the first finger. Then go back to a low 2 B flat at 132. 1. And then I guess let's have you guys cross over here. We're going to do a low 2 on the A string for an E flat. 133 will be a first finger, D, a 4 for your G, 3 for F, and then end on your 4. At 135 you can shift back to first. I suppose you could shift back earlier in that section after you're done with your high D and C at 131. You could shift back to a 3 and continue on the same way, but it also makes sense to do it in third position, so whichever one you're more comfortable with. Alright, so let's do this. Here we go. So we're doing a syncopated pattern in both the notes changing and how the accents are placed. So if you do the accents, it's actually going to kind of help you because you'll really feel where the notes change. So here's 127, the upper part, going kind of slow on the string. 1 and 2 and. Shift. First position. Do the same thing, shift up. Alright, so you see the same thing 2 times in a row. With that same shift to third position. Now if you want to shift a little earlier, if that's awkward, of course you can do that. You could go from like 129, shift right here to a 1, and then you're in the same place. Okay, so let's speed that up, and we're going to add these accents in. Okay, so basically you're just accenting where you're changing pitch, and then also on beat 4. Alright, so here's 127, a little faster with the accents. 2, 3, and. And then does the same thing. Okay, so you're going to get that up to speed. We will go a little faster than that yet, and then take it off the string. You're going to aim for and we'll talk about bouncing spiccato bows in class together. Alright, good news. 143 slows down a little bit. We're going from a vivace to an allegro grandioso. So grandioso, think very grand, very big. So we want to slow it down, pull back just a little bit. And this is almost the same as the beginning part at 127, but you don't have to shift. It doesn't do that high stuff anymore. So here's still the upper notes at 143. 1 and 2 and. Low 4, regular 1, 1 and 4, section, not too bad. Watch out again, mark some accidentals for yourself. You still have the low 4 E flat, but they give you some F sharp regular 1s. And that's about it in that section. Okay, so you can go back and work that a little bit faster on your own. That won't take very much work. So here's the last part at 159. It's a little hard to read, I understand, but just follow the fingerings for the third position that I put up there. And you'll notice the patterns. It's not that hard. So here's 159. Very slow. Ready? And... go to third position here. Low 2. Half step down to your 1. 3. Low 2. 4. Now this is an E flat. I just want you to do an extended 4. It's just a half step higher than the fourth finger you just played. And then just come down to a regular 4, just a smidge back. I'm barely moving my finger back. Okay, now here's this last little bit. You're just going back and forth between a 4 and a 3. 4, 4, 3, 4, 3. And then lift, come back to first position. Or you could stay in third and just play that as a 1, 2, either way. All right, so there's that last little kind of tricky bit. So you're doing an extended 4 for your E flat, and then that last little turnaround stuff. Kind of cool stuff, very syncopated. All right, so here's 159 a little bit faster and without me stopping to tell you what to do. Here's 159 to the end. 1 and 2 and... I don't know why I played an open G there. It's just that G, sorry. I was looking at that note and thinking it was a G, but it's a B. Sorry, it's minor. How much can I totally screw up at the very end of this video? Anyway, yep, we ended on a minor chord. Okay, so go back, try that whole thing. To do a run through, let me play with you now from 127 all the way to the bottom of the page. We will slow down for the Allegro Grandioso, but the first part's gonna kind of cook a little bit. So here we go. 127 down to the bottom. Here's the upper divisi. 1, 2, 3, and... There you go, that's the whole thing. If you were playing super duper star attention to me at the beginning there, you'll notice that I didn't shift down at 135, I just stayed in third position. It works perfectly fine all in third. You can do that entire section even at 127 technically in third, and it would sound kind of nice because it's supposed to be piano anyway, and then come down to first position at 143. Alright, Ollie says we're done. Yep, thank you, Ollie. So keep practicing, ask me for some help during class, especially with that third position stuff, and good luck.